I'm out at Bishop Carroll High School with this week's High School Male Athlete of the Week, presented by Distinct Inc. And great clips. This week, it is Carroll Junior Jonah Mull, who had himself quite the performance last week against Capon, a rival, a 1-0 shutout win against Capon. He threw 90 pitches, surrendered just 3 hits, had 12 Ks, and funny enough, he drew a walk, and he ended up being the only run scored in the game as well. Jonah, that is pretty darn impressive. First and foremost, a complete game shutout is impressive. And then to be the only one to score the only run of the game, that's also crazy as well. What was last week like going up against Capon?
We went in confident because we had already just lost to him. And so we wanted to get back and get some revenge. But, just like the energy going into that game really helped me up on the mound, and my defense backed me up every time they'd get a ball in play. So props to my defense because they were really big help in that performance.
Yeah, because everyone assumes, it's the pitcher. Well, you got to have some pretty good defense there in order to back you up for sure. A complete game shutout, when it's so nip and tuck like that, as a pitcher, how much do you love that pressure being like, the game's on my shoulders here. Yes, I got the defense to back me up, but I'm the one who's going to dictate the game, and certainly you did the entire way, getting the complete game shutout.
I like the pressure, honestly. Going up there, every time it's just like a battle. You're going to war, and you want to beat that guy in the box.
Yeah. Now, of course, the goal as a pitcher, you're just trying to get any out as possible. But you had 12 Ks, man. 12 strikeouts. You only gave up 3 hits in total. A couple of walks, but not like you had 18 walks or something. You had 12 Ks, which is pretty darn impressive. What was working so well? Yes, you had the defense, but what in particular was so good about your pitching?
I was throwing my slider pretty consistent, and I mixed in my changeup, which I haven't been really consistent with, so that was good. But I've been practicing that slider for a while, so it felt good. Yeah.
Now, you ended up drawing a walk. You were telling me a little bit that here comes a pinch hitter going to the plate, scoreless ball game, and he comes up with a big hit. How awesome was that moment to see someone come in a pinch hit situation and deliver in that type of moment?
It was awesome. I mean, running out on the field after I ran across the plate, it was just awesome. I felt so good for that kid, and I didn't want to put anything on me, so I told him that was the most beautiful thing I've ever seen.
Well, you'll take it, and the fact that it was a win against a rival too, right? So it adds to the mystique, I suppose, a little bit more. What's this season been like for Bishop Carroll? You and I were talking a little bit. You guys always seem to be facing some tough competition. You guys had that showcase last week at Equity Bank Park where you faced usually some strong teams out there in baseball in the state of Kansas. What has this season been like so far?
It was at first a little bit of some ups and downs. We've started off with Stillwater, and that was a tough game.
Sure.
But we bounced back and got a couple wins, and now I feel like we're rolling right now. And if we see a tough team, we're not going to back down. We're going to put our heart into it and try to beat anybody.
What was it like to have that showcase? I think that's kind of a cool thing in this town that always stands out to me. It's always that Carroll showcase where you have some of the best of the best that's coming down this way. You face Seaman, you face Olathe West, you have Capon, obviously. But it doesn't matter where you play Capon, it's going to be a good game anyways. But the fact that you guys have the ability to have that showcase, how unique is that and how awesome is that to also be a part of?
It's unreal, honestly, walking in under the bleachers, getting to hit in those underground cages. We really don't deserve it, but it's just another game, and it doesn't matter where you play, but we take it in, and we are thankful for it.
Yeah, you got the big screen as well.
Yeah.
You get the cameras up. I think it's such a unique experience to play in a AA ballpark. That's something that most people aren't going to say in their lives. So as you brought up, being able to go underneath the bleachers and being able to go on that baseball field, I'm sure it probably makes you dream a little bit, right?
Yeah, for sure. For sure. I never thought I would play there, honestly. But, growing up, I'd go to the old Wingnut Stadium. And to see that transformation is crazy because that field was nice, but this field's way nicer.
The stadium, Equity Bank Park, is a thing of beauty. It's a thing of beauty. You're a pitcher, so always have to ask about the pitching arsenal. You said your slider was working, so that was good. So I know about the slider. Surely, 2-seam, 4-seam fastball, and then a changeup. What's your arsenal?
I got You're not going to leak this, are you? I'm kidding. No, I'm kidding.
I was just saying, if that's the case, then hey, there's enough film out there, man. I think everyone knows. Unless you're working on a pitch, and this could be a secret that we're unveiling here today.
I got a 4-seam, 2-seam, change-up, and then slider, and I throw a curveball, trying to get the 12-6 down. And then, yeah, that's pretty much it.
Okay. What's your favorite pitch?
That's a tough one. Probably my slider.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay. What in particular about the slider do you like?
Just, I mean, mostly all those strikeouts come off that slider because I don't know. I really don't know. I think the spin rate on it, I got so much better at from last year.
Yeah.
And I wasn't really a pitcher last year.
Okay.
I was just playing in the field, and I wasn't really accurate, and something flipped in the summer, and I just started being accurate. But, yeah.
Yeah, so what changed as you brought up? You didn't do much pitching last year, and you're doing a lot of pitching this year. So what was your approach this offseason to allow you to put yourself in this position to be a reliable starter, a reliable pitcher for Bishop Carroll?
Just through the summer, I'm usually kind of a big part of the pitching staff in the summer, and so just having a lot of reps in the summer, it was a big thing to, improve my accuracy and. But yeah.
Well, then the other aspect is too, you got to have a relationship with your catcher, and you really got to have a feel for how to call a game, right? So how important is that as well to build that rapport with the catcher? And just, I don't know how you do it. You don't have to tell me how you do it. I don't know if there's pitch comm or anything like that, right? You don't have to tell me all those secrets, but certainly having a relationship and knowing how to go about calling a game, that's also really important in baseball.
Yeah, just the chemistry between me and my catchers. I have 3 catchers, and they kind of flip off, so I don't really know who's going to be catching me some days. It's either Bodie Lubers or Jaden Hunter, but I'm pretty tight with them, so just the chemistry's there, and they know what I want to throw, and if they don't, then I'll shake them and throw what I want.
Yeah. What's the toughest pitch to throw?
Ooh.
Is that curve? Because you brought up the 12-6, I'm like, you brought that up last, so makes you think that maybe the curveball might be a little tricky.
Yeah, it's a little bit tricky, but the toughest pitch to throw is a full count. You don't know what to do, but that's probably the toughest pitch. You don't know if you want to go fastball high, curveball in the dirt, or curveball. Well, you got to throw a strike.
Yeah, right. I mean, 3-2 pitch. You got to throw a strike, but at the same time, the hitter also knows that you're also going to be throwing a strike if that's the case. So if you end up tossing a fastball over the heart of the plate, then that could be a little bit of a problem.
Yeah, for sure. Yep.
Now, in addition to playing pitcher, you also play shortstop. So you go from being a guy on the mound to also being in one of the most important positions in baseball there at shortstop. How much do you enjoy playing shortstop?
I like it. I mean, you kind of just feel like the captain of the infield other than the catcher. But, it's no pressure out there. Everyone thinks it's like the hardest position in the infield, but no pressure, yeah.
What's more satisfying, getting a K or getting a double play, turning a double play at short?
Ooh, I would say getting a K, like in the top of the 7th when I struck that last guy out with the bases loaded. That was the best feeling I've ever had.
I get it. I absolutely understand for sure. Well, Jonah, appreciate your time. Congratulations on last week, and best of luck to you the rest of the season.
Thank you.